Bodine 52, how are you, folks? Well, you've asked for it. I'm going to give it to you. In this video, I am going to tell you my feelings on the difference with the Harley Davidson Road Glide and the Harley Davidson Ultras. And at the end, I'm going to recommend that you buy the Road Glide. No, wait. Maybe the Ultra. I like that. But I like the Road Glide. Maybe it's the Ultra. Crap. Stay tuned. Alright, so if this is your first time to the channel, welcome, or if you're new to the channel, a lot of new folks have joined the Bodine family recently, welcome. And let me start with a little bit of a history. I am on right now a 2021 Road Glide Limited, and I had a 2018 Ultra Limited. The Limited or not doesn't really matter for the purpose of kind of what I want to talk about. So I had the Ultra Limited for about 2 years, and I have had the Road Glide for about a month now. I've went on a 15 or 1600 mile trip with it, about almost 3,000 miles. So I have an idea, I think, that I can talk somewhat intelligently about what's different and what's the same about both of these motorcycles. Now, there are a lot of folks that have asked me to do this video, and I was reluctant to get started because I wanted to make sure I had enough miles on it to be able to give my opinion, and it is just that. At the end of the day, I know when you make a video like this, people are going to say, oh, the Road Glide stinks, or the Ultra stinks, or I like this one better, here's why you should buy this one. You're not going to get that from me. What you're going to get is my take on the two differences on the motorcycle, and then at the end of the day, you decide, right? So I have always been an Ultra guy, despite all of the people talking to me about getting a Road Glide. But so let's start by storage. So obviously these are touring models, and there's more similar than there is different. On this motorcycle, on the Road Glide, just like the Limited, obviously you have the saddlebags, you have the touring pack, and really that is exactly the same, right? One of the differences that I do like about the Road Glide is that you have these two storage compartments right here. One of them, the one here on the right, nobody behind me, has a plug in it for your phone or anything else, but it is of size, right? I can get my iPhone 10 XR, it's the bigger one, in there, and it is really helpful. I didn't think it would be that big of a deal. The one that's on the Ultra, you can't really get a phone in either, so it's really pretty small. And you just have one on this side. You have one on this side as well, which I keep the key in, as well as, or the fob in, as well as the garage door opener in there. So from a perspective of storage, they're really pretty much the same. I will say it was interesting on this trip. I found myself when I was riding and we got hit with a bunch of rain, that it was easy to flip off my phone and just open this up and throw the phone in there, which was pretty nice. Is that enough to buy this bike over the other one? Probably not, but it's kind of nice. Okay, so the second thing is, let's just talk about comfort and the cockpit, if you will, of both motorcycles. So I happen to run a Mustang 2-up seat, which I took off my Ultra and put on this bike. So from a seat perspective, there's nothing different there. And, really, again, same type of bike, just a fairing difference, and we'll kind of talk about that. I will tell you that this motorcycle is extremely comfortable to me. One of the things that I like, that I didn't think I would at the beginning, was that all the controls in that are much further away from me than on the Ultra. So the Ultra was closer to me, and there's part of that cockpit closeness feel that I did like about the Ultra over this one. The problem for me, at least with the Ultra, and that's why I switched seats on it, was I really felt like I was sitting on top of the tank on the Ultra. I fixed most of that by buying this Mustang seat, which sat me 2 inches back. Again, I am 6'3", so if you are a shorter rider than that, or just know that you may feel a little cramped and that you'll want to back yourself up a little if you're tall. I'm a big guy, still comfortable with either one of the motorcycles. And I think I did a video after the 5,000 mile review on the Ultra, and I'll link that in the description as well, that I said, hey, this is the perfect motorcycle. The only thing is I feel cramped, right? But I will tell you, other than that, the cockpit I really did like on the Ultra. But I am so used to this one now that I love it. And there are really no times where I need to reach up to the screen. It's all on the controls, just like it was on the Ultra, but I really never learned them because I could just reach here and it was there. So it's a different feeling, just a different style. Do you like one over the other? I think I'm used to this now and I like this, but is it enough to not, get an Ultra? Nah. All right, the next one has to be aesthetics. Now, I will tell you that over the years when people were saying you should have bought a Road Glide, I honestly said to them, I can't ride that bike, it's ugly. And I just was one of those guys that go, I just don't like the look of the front of the bike. And, when I look at it now, one, I'm used to it, right? And two, it's like I can see the in between. It's just weird. And I always really liked the look of the Ultra and the Batwing fairing better. Obviously with this bike and the shark nose, you have 2 lights that, at first I'm like, now I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. So aesthetically, I guess it's what pleases the eye. What doesn't please me is somebody's passing me while I'm doing 65 and a 55, but so that is aesthetically, it's kind of, personal preference, like a lot of things about which one of these bikes would you choose if you're going down this road. I just did not necessarily like the look, and while I like it now, I will tell you that if somebody asked me, I would say I like the look of the Batwing better. All right, so now let's talk about the $1 million one. So if you have a Road Glide and you're talking to a buddy or somebody who has an Ultra, you're going to say, man, this thing rides through the wind better on the highway. It's the shark nose, the way it's built. It's 1,000,000 times better. And if you're an Ultra guy like I was for 2 years, you go, you guys are full of crap. Come on. You're just saying that. You haven't rode an Ultra. You haven't owned an Ultra. So you can't say that, right? If you go on and look at some YouTubers, including Matt Laidlaw, he will tell you that, yeah, hey, there's a difference. In his mind, it's 5% difference. You go on to other people that'll go, oh my God, it's a huge difference. And you know what? I will tell you that riding, and I've done long trips on both, the Ultra is fine. It cuts through the wind fine. Is it different? Yes, it is. Is it different when you're traveling 80 in the fast lane going by a tractor trailer? Yes. Are you ever concerned when you're riding on the Ultra at high speeds and high winds going by a tractor trailer? No, you're not. You're not. But I'm going to answer the question. This is just from my opinion now that I've had both bikes. There is a difference. There is a difference riding the Road Glide at higher speeds on the highway in windy conditions or tractor trailers and everything else. In my opinion, it's not 5%, and I'm not going to put a percentage on it, but it's significant. To me, there is no doubt a difference on touring long rides with this thing, especially if you have to hit interstate. There is definitely a difference, in the Road Glide, in my opinion, by far, is better in that place than the Ultra. Again, is that enough of a reason not to buy this bike? Maybe, but probably not, right? I know that when I was originally thinking about getting another bike, somebody said, just go ride it, the Ultra, the Road Glide, and I did, and took it on the highway, and I'm just like, oh my God, I love this. So, thus the switch. And by the way, the folks did not tell me that they were going to fix this road, which is not good news. So, I will tell you that at the end of the day, they're about the same price, whether you get a limited or you don't. There is not that much difference in the two bikes. I would buy either one of these motorcycles and be happy with it. The only recommendation I would make, like anything, is go out and ride both. If you're a Road Glide guy and you're like, I hear all this stuff about the Ultra, go ride it. Go ride it on the freeway. Go ride it, on stuff like this. Take it into some twisties. Isn't that beautiful? And the same way, if you're an Ultra guy and you're like me that says there's no way I'm going to ride on that ugly bike, go ride it. I would say you may just change your mind. But I'm not going to tell you one's better than the other. They're different and very similar. So hope that helps. If you're looking for the magical answer from me, you are not going to get it. It's like having two children. You love them both. They're both a little bit different, but at the end of the day, they're family. And doesn't matter what you ride, really. But if you're thinking about both of these bikes, just go ride them, experience them. And if you ever have any questions on anything specific, give me a call. And if there's something that you think is different with the two, put it in the comments that I may have missed. I didn't want to make this an extremely long video. Just wanted to make sure that I gave my thoughts because a bunch of folks were asking. So that is it for Bodine 52. Thanks for checking out the video. Again, those that are new to the channel, I definitely appreciate you. There's been a bunch of new folks that have joined the family, and I don't take that for granted at all, so I appreciate that. Be safe out there. Be vigilant. Check on a friend. They may just need it, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, folks.